You're welcome once again to the Polity, coming to you live from the Abuja studios of KAFTAN TV. And today we'll be looking at the multi-party democratic system that runs in our country. And we'll be looking at how the parties have been faring. I have guests with me with whom we're going to be doing this together. To my far right, I have Dr. Suleiman Abdulahi. He's a leadership and security consultant as well as a public affairs analyst. You're welcome, Dr. Abdulahi.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure being with you.
Thank you. In the middle, that is right next to me, by my right hand, you have Mr. Moses Kolawole Obisheson. He is a PDP chieftain. He is a member of the PDP, in fact, a board member of the PDP Professional and Business Group, right?
Sure.
Yeah, and in actual fact, he's the immediate past Secretary General of that group, of the PDP Professionals and Business Group. Is the immediate past General Secretary.
Correct, yeah.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good to have you.
Yeah, thank
you. Now, so right away, we will just go straight into the matter. Now, as of today, maybe I should start with you.
Okay.
As of today, Nigeria runs a multi-party democracy.
Yeah.
Are there any specific benefits over the other option would have been to run a single party democracy? Is there any special benefits that accrue to running a multi-party system?
Okay, thank you very much. It's a pleasure being here. Sincerely, there's nothing like having multi-party democracy. Nothing compares to it. The first thing, it gives opportunity for choice.
For choice.
People are able to really ventilate their ambition. They're able to really put on the table what they've got to offer. They're able to really tell the electorate, that look, you know what, if I'm elected, I'll be able to do X, Y, Z. So multi-party democracy is far. It's what it needs to be. Yes, even in the multi-party, democracy, you now have a few of those parties that will come up really big and strong.
Right.
So, but even at that, currently, what we're advocating for in the political space is a situation where you can have individuals really, without really being part of party, is to open up the space where individual can say, okay, you know what, I just want to shoot for this office or that one.
You're talking about independent candidacy?
Independent candidacy.
Okay.
So that's really where we're thinking to be able to expand to. But currently, Nigeria runs multi-party democracy, and it's fantastic. It's the way to go. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. He assures the electorate opportunity for choice.
Right.
Party A is not. I'm not comfortable with it. You see B, you see C. You have a number of choices.
All right.
Yeah.
Some people say that Dr. Abdullahi, some people say that multi-party democracy engenders crisis. There's usually some level of bickering among the parties, which they suggest that if you run a single party, you're not likely to experience.
You see, all about democracy, you run a single party, is just like everybody comes under one umbrella. But the choice still remains which candidate, whom among the candidates do you prefer against the other, still lies there.
Yeah, at the primary level.
At the primary level, you
Right.
understand now?
Right.
So even at that point, we have our differences. You understand now? So there are differences in individual manifestos. There are differences in political approach. There are different political theories as far as you want to present your case. Even individual trait as a politician, you want to look at it, everybody has his own trait. So it doesn't matter to me the pedigree and track record. You have to look at it. But if you look at it, look, the single party system narrow it down within a particular cycle. Understand now? At the end, issues can be easily be resolved and favor one side or the other. that is the individual or the other, you understand? I know this is the person we want, let him go, you know, so you exercise patient will give you it's still within one party. But if it is a multiple, you know, multi-party system like we have today in Nigeria, you see it's opened up a lot of issues, you understand now, political issues, democracy, the beauty of it, we see it here. Even if you look at the multiple party system is that, look, the opposition comes out to speak their mind. You understand now? Even against the will of the ruling party. They still speaks. Even if they are not being recognized, they have spoken. This is the beauty of democracy.
Right.
And the multi-party system, that look, it has its own limitation. You cannot write away crisis from it. Because the nitty-gritty of it is that, look, everybody want to grab what is really at stake, and that what is at stake is what is that position. PDP want to have it, APC want to have it. That's the power, the engine room. So at that point, there must be crisis.
Right. Now, so would you, if you, I mean, let's paint a scenario that you get an opportunity to go join a constituent assembly, for example. You know, there have been all kinds of advocacies for the old constitution to give way to a new one. So would you rather queue behind a multi-party system, or would you advocate for a single party system?
Thank you very much. You see, as a student of, I would say as a student of international relations, what is expected today and appreciated today in the global community is a multi-party system.
Right.
You understand now? The multi-party systems gives room for divergence opinion, theory to flourish, new ideas, the dynamism that come with what? With changes. We are talking of, we are in the 21st century, whereby vibrancy works alert, talent, innovations, you understand now? These are not only restricted to what? In the technical science and technology. It is also in the what? In the social science, the human existence and their relationship with one another, social and political and even economic and education, you understand now? In this aspect, we have to look at it. So it gives room for new innovations, new ideas, and new leaders are springing up. That is why you see the youth today are clamoring what? For power. You understand now? From the old class. So now, with this, you look at, look, I will seriously appreciate the multi-party system, whereby it is all encompasses. Today, you can also go within your particular class, form a political class, a group, you understand now, look at it together, come up and register with INEC, and if accepted, good and fine, then you flourish.
Great, Doctor. Mr. Can I call you Moses or Kola? Right now, so, do you think, what exactly, or maybe this, let's put it this way, what exactly should be the role of an opposition party, a party in opposition, at any point in time, where a government has been formed and these other party or these other parties are in opposition? What should be their role?
Okay, the basic role of the opposition party or the party that is not in power is majorly to keep the party in power in check.
To keep
to keep them in check. But there are several ways to do that. The first thing usually we say is that form a shadow government of the party in power. The party in power has put a minister for finance. Have someone in your team who can actually be checking what this guy is doing and be able to see the lacuna. See what, if we were there, this is what we would have done differently. Analyze, scrutinize, and see exactly. So you're going to have a pseudo cabinet of same party, and so that whatever is being done is being scrutinized properly, and then you can now give what I would call constructive criticism. Not necessarily tear it down. But for instance, if somebody say, oh, we need to remove oil subsidy, for instance, you can come up and say, okay, you know what, oil subsidy may not be removed if the opposition party feels that it shouldn't, or if oil subsidy would be removed, then this XYZ may be the process of getting it done properly, you know. Or so an opposition party is the party that gives the voice to the masses to be able to really scrutinize, check, and put the governing party in place. Now, where you have a situation where the voice of the opposition goes down, there's a big problem.
That's the next place we need to go to. Now, would you realistically, very honestly, sincerely, say that the opposition parties are playing that role that you just outlined? Especially because you come from the background of PDP, that is supposed to be the leading opposition party. Would you say that PDP or other parties have taken up their role and are playing that role?
Unfortunately,
right now.
Unfortunately, I will say that PDP has not played. PDP and the rest of the opposition parties, they've really not been able to come together to give the government of, the ruling party, the opposition that they deserve, to keep them in check. They've not done a good job of that. Maybe there's several reasons that could have brought that. That could have actually led to that. But the first summary is that they've not done that. They've not been able to give opposition. So you now ask why.
We need to progress to why.
Yeah.
But first of all, there's something you said while answering that. You said you've not been able to come together to give a proper opposition play.
Yeah.
I'd like to quickly say, do you necessarily have to come together for that to be done?
Okay, when I say come together, not necessarily that the PDP, the Labour, the SDP, and all of them will now come under one umbrella. No, what I'm looking at is that first of all, is PDP united in itself, in its own house, to be able to play an opposition role. So if there are crises within PDP, it whittle down the ability to be able to really be an opposition. So it's different for Labour Party. Like you see, even in PDP, there are quite a number of issues, people who are not comfortable. You saw, during the last election, towards the last election, you saw the group called G5. They had to move, the likes of Wike and other governors, Otom, Makinde and the rest of them. They moved in drone away from the party, not necessarily leaving the party, but leaving the stand of the party and say, no, this particular decision, we are not comfortable. And the moment you have a crack within the party, you can be sure that their voice will be divided. And when the voice of the key leaders are divided, then their supporters too will be divided along that line. So that's why you have PDP really that's actually look at what Bode George said recently.
Exactly. I'll come back to that because this is getting really interesting. And I'll come back to that because it's part of what I really want to put on the table for you to tackle. Because when brothers begin to fight dirty on the street, then there's a problem. Now, so Doctor, what's your take concerning how the opposition parties have fared so far concerning playing their role, even as analyzed and as we all know ought to be the role?
You see, he has spoken from a party member of PDP. I will make my own reference case from a case study of Kogi State.
Correct.
Where you have APC as the governor from the Kogi Central. Then you have the senator as PDP from the same Kogi Central. You understand now where the governor come from. Then you still have an opposition party again, SDP, that is contending except with the Supreme Court judgment that have given the verdict and given the entire thing to APC. You understand now? You see, the whole thing is that, look, as far as I'm concerned, in that state we have seen the beauty of democracy. Up till now, we have expected to look, because Natasha Apoti of PDP should have come to a partnership with the state government as brothers and sisters.
Because they come from the same central, right?
Central.
Okay.
You understand? And the same tribe. Well, if you look at it, she's still giving a gap because of that party differences. But even as I'm talking to you, it doesn't stop her from playing her constitutional role as a senator.
Correct.
You understand? She's still in a position. And if you look at the beauty of it, the ruling party APC, the governor maintained the central core of the government. You understand now? So the state is not being flexible, is flexible for everybody to move around.
Okay, so
he didn't stuff it, make it very hard.
Right.
You understand now?
Okay.
And the ruling party, look, you must come to a time with us. The governor APC system allow her to operate. You understand now? As far as what? She's an opposition, we don't have problem with her. If she's working within the ambit of what? Of the constitution, good and fine. And she's not making problem. If she's not making any, causing any damage.
Right.
You understand? Either for her party or for the APC
the
or for the people themselves. So good and fine. So if you look at the judgment, after the judgment, Ajaka came out and said, look, there was a press statement by the chairman.
Ajaka now?
Yakubu Ajaka of SDP.
Okay.
Of SDP.
Second
I just ended that addition.
Muri
for the
Ajaka
sake of
of SDP came out here with the chairman of SDP. They have a press briefing. They aired their views. You understand now? And even though he gave some kind of flimsy allegation that he has been, he has been, pegged or stoned within the Supreme Court premises, I don't see that to be a case against opposition. You understand now? It's just like you want to make a case after the barber has finished barbing your hair. You just have to pay. You understand now?
Oh, even if he gives you a bad
so you went to the barbecue, so you have so that is it.
If you ask for what's
Afro.
from Afro, I mean, it just cleans up everything. So you just
no. Let me tell you. Let's look at this scenario completely. You understand now? You take a case to a doctor, for example. After diagnosing you and he find out all your complaints have been attended to, you understand now? Or the case you are brought, look, it's not viable, this is not, really, this is not what we are asking for, you understand now? So you have been treated. Now you come over to say, look, on your way going, your shoe removed and it got caught in. So you need a cobbler to come and repair it for you there. You understand now? So this is not...
No, I think I understand your point. It's like getting paid at the bank and you do not count your money right.
That is
and
it.
Then you count elsewhere.
No, Mr. Dayo, I want you to understand. So what we want to go in here that look, in every aspect of it, we here in this aspect of in this part of the world, there should be a kind of sacrifice we do for our democracy to flourish. You look at some things that are pet you, and being a leader, you allow it to go.
Right.
You understand now?
Yeah.
So with this, after going from tribunal to the appeal court, to the Supreme Court, and they say, look, this case, we give it to APC. You should be honorably accepted. Take for whatever happened, you understand, downplay it as a leader, you understand now. Even though within the press conference, you can mention it, but you say, look, for the posterity, for the good of my people and the love of my state, I allow it to go. You are still going back to Supreme Court again with the same issue, with this issue that we have been paired with.
Is that a status?
Yeah, that is what his status is now. You understand now? And up till now, he is not comfortable with the Supreme Court judgment. He says they are waiting for the printout of the judgment. You understand now? So after the printout, what are you going to do? What do you have to do? That's the apex of the Nigerian Supreme Court, as far as legal system is concerned. So it is not undusted. So what I want to show us here that look, opposition have their role to play. Look, we should know what is the really core issues
at any point in time.
At any point.
What is
the usefulness of opposition? They are the stabilizing rod of the power of the government in power. You have to stabilize the rod. Tell them, no, this is not good, this is good. You balance it up for them. We keep moving.
All right. Okay. Now, still coming right back to the role, I mean, and some of the things that concern your party. I mean, I can't overcome the temptation to ask some of these questions, even if they're not directly, because you're here and you're a PDP chieftain. And so let's go back now to, first of all, recently, your party constituted a reconciliation committee, and several persons were like, is that what needs to be done right now? Should we be talking about a reconciliation committee or a disciplinary committee?
Okay.
Because how do you reconcile people who are aggrieved, whose grievances have not really been, where punishment has not been meted out? It's as if some people's actions, no matter what has been endorsed. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
Okay. Let me just say this very clearly. There's this song that said, "We don't want no peace, we want equal right and justice."
Justice, yeah.
We must also realize very clearly that politics is an association, and people are encouraged to work together.
That's political parties.
Political parties and all of that. Now, the best approach when you want to deal with issues must be carrot and stick.
Sure.
You must bring the carrot very clearly first, which I can symbolize by the issue of saying, reconciliation, then stick. Because when you bring reconciliation, what you do is that, let's assume, say 100 persons are aggrieved, reconciliation could take away 80% of them, just by reconciliation, by opening up that, please come and say what you are not comfortable with. Come and give us your own perspective. Let's see how we can solve it. That would have removed those who are who have real issues to be aggrieved. You would have separated them. So
that means they may not want to come to the discussion table. Or
no. When you say
you'll be able to identify.
Yeah, identify them and persuade them and encourage them to look. Let's really stop the fight. Let's find a way to come together as a party. So that opening gives opportunity for that. Now it will now be left with just the 20%. You understand, the 20% that may be hanging, who really?
I guess we'll need to go on a break quickly, and then after, I hope that you don't lose your thoughts, the train of your thoughts when we get back.
Okay.
Let's go on this break.
Okay.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying tuned to KAFTAN TV, and we're still here to discuss the role of parties. We're x-raying the role of opposition parties and whether their role is being played in the current dispensation. So go ahead.
Okay, so basically, I was just saying, I said the first thing to do whenever you want to take care of crisis, issues, that is bedeviling, a political party like ours, is to give the two possibilities, the reconciliation side, then before the disciplinary side. If you want to go all out for just discipline, you will miss it out. You're not going to get anything. Because those, you're going to get, can you imagine, instead of, if you have 100 person and you put, it's called carrot and stick, you give opportunity for reconciliation talk and being able to really do some damage control right there. Then if you do that, out of the 100, you might just be able to save easily the 80% of it. Now, the other 20% are the ones that you now need to take the hardline style with. That's why it's called carrot and stick. Hey, you do this, it's beneficial for us, then you don't do this, and then we can face you out. So generally, I think we had a major crisis, the biggest crisis that in my own thinking that PDP had ever gone in was the one that we had with former Senator Alimadu Sheriff, when he was actually having issues with His Excellency Ahmed Makrafi. Okay. On the chairmanship of PDP as at that time. Yeah. My organization, that's the PDP, National PDP Professionals and Business Group, we were the key organ that actually sorted that fight. We went to this group and persuaded and talked and brought the reason why they need to, and then we went to this group. Several times we visited the Senator Ali Modi Sharif in his house and everywhere, you know, just to be able to really let him see the reason that, look, we must bring these two gentlemen together. This is laying claim to the chairmanship, and this is also saying that he is there until we're able to actually resolve this. And that has been a landmark, you know, in helping PDP not to go in extinction after that time, into extinction. So all I'm saying is that if we had easily just said, okay, you know what, no, because some people were pushing, no, just sanction the senator, and they said, no, you don't do that. You find a way to see, because reconciliation is easy, it's cheaper, it costs less. But when you go into sanctions before reconciliation, you're going to have too many persons to deal with. Because each of those key actors, they've got their followers. So as you're trying to deal with this one man, there's 1 million person behind it. This one man has 2 million persons behind it. So, but if they see your efforts or whatever, and they also bring the issues to the fore, then everybody is now trying to reason that, okay, if this is the matter, and this is, I think it makes sense to be able to come. Having said that, the key thing in PDP currently right now, the challenge is that of intra-party crisis. Because people within the party who are key members of the party, key stakeholders, say we have a gentleman agreement within the party. And the gentleman agreement was very simple. When you have, because this is still when the country is as at now, when you have the presidency come from the north for 8 years, the chairmanship will come from the other side. But let the presidency come from the north for 8 years. Let it go back to the south
for another 8 years.
Years. This was a gentleman agreement. In fact, in PDP, is actually even in our constitution.
So it goes beyond the gentleman.
Yeah, it goes beyond. Yeah. But you know, when people want to interpret the constitution, they do it to please themselves. Now, after the last administration, which we had Buhari to have done for 8 years, they say, okay, you know what, the North had a shot for presidency. Allow the power to go to South. This is the major challenge of PDP. And he's still hunting. He's been hunting since then, and he's still hunting till now. Because that's why you have key stakeholders who are not agreeing to anything. And that was what, because he said, look, the North has produced the presidency, because the rotation is between North and South. Not the 6 geopolitical zones, no, just North, South. So they are saying, since North has done 8, allow South to do. So
when it is a turn of the North, for example, it could come from any of the 3.
You saw what happened. The immediate past person, Yar'Adua, that first of all did, is from North-West, and is even from the same state, Katsina. When the current president, the last president, Buhari, is to come, North-West and Katsina. 2 of them are coming from Katsina. Nobody is asking that it must be no, because the presidency only rotates between North and South, not necessarily between the 6 geopolitical zones. So they are now saying that when it came to this, because you must understand even if the key actors reconcile, the people behind them are not. So Wike is not representing himself; he's representing millions of PDP followers. The other part, each of those governors that are coming together, those 5 governors have got their own whatever. So, but the point I'm trying to drive out here is that until we learn to see that, look, there must be equal opportunity, equal gentleman agreement, and all of that. So that was why you saw Bode George. When you now say Bode George has been around and is actually a member of the BOT Board of Trustees for PDP. So for him to speak openly to a presidential candidate and say, you know what, Atiku, wait till 2031. What are they saying? What he's simply saying is that I love you 31. Yeah. I love the fact that you are carrying or you want to carry the flag of the party, but the power needs to be in the South for now. And this was the reason you have Wike walked out, because when the discussion was being made, they said, look, let it be for anybody in the South. No, some person said, no, it must be from Southeast. You are not the one who should micro zone. No, don't micro zone. Just throw it to the south. Let those in the south now jostle for it, so that we now have the most formidable person to represent the south. You understand what I'm saying? So if that opportunity has been thrown to the south, we would have had the south, southeast, and southwest to jostle for it.
Let me hold you, because I'll get right back on that. So get ready.
Yeah.
Now, Doctor, we have seen a situation consistently over time. There have been issues in the polity that you would expect that political parties would respond to. But what we have had is that the presidential candidates are the ones who have taken it upon themselves to speak. We have had Atiku consistently talking. We have had Peter Obi talking. We have had Adewale talking. That's of the SDP. And Showore has been speaking. And like that. And this ought not to be so, because the parties themselves need to ventilate, need to get into the ring, if you like, and have some. It's supposed to be a marketplace of ideas for all the parties. But what we have seen is the absence of parties only being represented by their presidential ticket holders in the last election, and this ought not to be so. Or what do you think? Is that fine by you?
It's absolutely not fine. You see, let me go back to Kogi State. Up till now, there is still this maliceness between Natasha Apoti and the governor, the past governor and the present governor.
Okay, there's still some level of malice.
Yes.
Yeah, because like you identified when you spoke the other time, the level of understanding that currently exists never really existed between Apoti and Bello, isn't that the case?
Yeah, it's correct. Let me tell you, but there are two different entities now. The former one is Bello, but this is Excellency
Ododo.
Ahmed Usman Ododo.
Right.
Understand now?
Yeah.
And Natasha Apoti has been appointed or nominated, and she won the election at the senator from Central. You understand now? And Bello congratulated her, even though she rejected that congratulation. You understand now? In the spirit of brotherhoodness. You understand now? He is not saying that come back to APC, but I have sent you a congratulatory message for winning the election at what? At the court. No, wait, at the Supreme Court. Let us go back to it. Whatever has happened, you understand now?
No, because you see, many times there's a level you hurt a person to that you're sorry does not make any sense.
Look,
I mean, you are. I'm sure. I think that you are from Central.
Yes.
And so you know very well what played out.
I know
how the road to her
because exactly. Look, Mr. Dayo. So let me tell you. In the human nature, the race to success has not been easy for anybody.
Correct.
You understand now? Forget about genderism, gender and gender relations. You understand now? When it brought to politics, it's rough for everybody. Nobody gets there to get it free. You understand now?
Just before you go further, because you see, we constantly are thinking that our political space should be made a lot more civil and better for everyone to participate in.
Mr. Dayo,
when you go to the point, when you go to the point of demolishing or making a road impassable just to secure a victory over a candidate, don't you think that there are levels that should not be?
Let me tell you, as far as I'm concerned, you understand now. I won't say I'm speaking on behalf of the government. You understand now? There are worse things.
Doctor. Just before you make progress, very good. Would you want to answer that directly?
Look,
don't you think that there are some thresholds that should not be crossed?
Of course, you understand now. Yeah. Let me tell you, but when it comes to a fight of titanic fighting between two elephants or two giants of the jungle, the lions, understand now, or between a lion and a tiger, everybody want to prove a case, you understand now. The fight didn't started today, you understand now. Let me tell you, at this point in time, it's between two brothers and a sister, you understand now, and everybody want to pull a weight. And that space still remains as a lacuna today. That fight, if we didn't resolve it today, is going to continue. Why? Let me tell you. Do you know, for APs to have won Kogi State, credit to Bello, But why did APC lose to Central?
Because of the same.
There is still a gap.
There's still a
problem. You understand, a problem there. So now, coming 2027, you understand now, APC would like to mark that, look, we are firmly on ground. We want to show that, look, it is a mistake and we have to correct it. Like Ajaka still have, I'm coming.
In which case, that kind of fight is likely to be reenacted.
That is what I'm telling you. I'm coming. You see, let me tell you.
We don't have all the time.
Let
me determine the course of this interview. See, if you recall, this same kind of attitude was what, for some time, was a heavy cross for the former president of Nigeria to carry when he said, close to elections or during campaigns or something, when he said that the next election was going to be a fight to finish. Oh, do you remember that?
Yes.
I'm talking OBJ. I'm talking about Obasanjo.
Yes.
And for a long time, he took time.
A do or die affair.
A do or die affair, better. Yeah, a do or die affair. So I'm saying, do we have to constantly, approach politics in a do or die mentality?
That is where I'm going. You understand now? I said, look, GYB, Governor Abole, is a different entity. His tenure is over. You, as a senator, Ododo has come as the executive governor of Kogi State, His Excellency, you understand now. Congratulations, you understand now. You should have a new beginning. As a mother, I expect her to have thrown all those things behind her.
So who's going to facilitate this this new
reconciliation?
The issue of party you mentioned, if PDP at Central, you understand, is working, let the party come together. Let's look at it, you understand now. Look, we are not enemies, you understand now. We have common interest. This is our people. The people is our common interest. We say, look, PDP there want to serve the people. APC want to serve the people. Then everybody say, look, I can serve them better. In my own capacity, in my own form, you understand now. So look at it. So now, why should the enmity should exist between a current senator from Central and a governor from Central? You understand, from Central. And now the issue, look, has gone beyond the management of even within party system. You understand now. Senator Natasha Poti she is dealing directly with the grassroots, leaving the traditional institutions. As far as the Ohinoi Fibral is concerned, you understand now, she have not for once has visited the Ohinoi, even after his coronation, to say, look, we congratulate you for this or that. You see, this is the impact of this. What I'm saying, you understand now.
Was the party supposed to be involved in that?
No, not party.
So I'm saying,
it's what we are taking party when during campaign. Do you see parties candidate going to traditional rulers seeking for their blessing? You understand now. So look, they are all respected individual within your constituency. You should know how to play the politics together. Let me tell you, at the Senate level, Natasha Apoti is representing His Excellency Alhaji Abed Usman Ododo. You understand now?
Yeah.
At the state level, he is the chief executive officer of the state. He's the commanding in chief. He's the chief security officer. You understand now? He's the accountant of the state. So you should also give him that respect as the executive of the state. You understand now? So you should have the bilateral relation between these two people.
I'm going to have to take this.
The issue of two-party system here, you understand now? I think we have to remove individual feelings.
Exactly the point. I'm trying.
So that is why I'm saying that. Look, that's why I'm saying that. And with this, I will say this opportunity. Look, Natasha Apoti, Honorable Distinguished Senator Natasha Apoti, should have come back to see how to reconcile. Understand now with her governor.
No. While it is not really, that's not really the basic concern of this interview. I'd like to say that. If indeed there was a need for that kind of reconciliation, I think that the proper place it should proceed from is the other way from what you have just advocated. But let's go beyond that. So I'm saying to you, Moses, are you saying that the parties cannot do better than they currently are doing? I mean, what would you be saying if you had opportunity to speak with maybe the chairman of your party? Would you want to speak to this particular issue, the fact that the party should be addressing issues? I mean, let me give you, we've had protests where the people complain that they are hungry, where people, listed a whole lot of other points of demand, and as we speak, we've not heard anything from PDP.
Okay.
As we speak, we've not heard anything from LP.
Okay.
As we speak, I don't think we heard anything from SDP. We may have heard, yes, we heard from Peter Obi, we heard from Atiku Abubakar, we heard from Adewale Adebayo. But the truth is that we have not heard from their parties. We heard from Showore.
Yeah. Okay, let me first of all clear one misconception to think that after election, the party's torch is usually held by the presidential candidate.
Well,
to a large extent.
Because I might want to contest that quickly.
Yeah,
because one of the things, I'll give it to him, this person I'm going to mention, and give it to that party.
Yeah.
One of the things that really put PDP under pressure in the last days of Jonathan was Lai Mohammed.
Correct.
Every step of the way, every single action that is taken, within at most 48 hours, there'll come a statement.
Correct.
Correct. So why can't we have that? That's not necessarily. I like the expression you said.
Yes.
That opposition doesn't necessarily have to tear down. Yes, but you can give constructive. So where is the constructive criticism from your party?
I was telling you what weakened the opposition, and you must see it.
Yes.
If you don't understand that the opposition is injured and is losing the oppositions, not even one now. I'm talking about PDP and Labour Party. The two biggest oppositions are injured some way, because once you know that there's an injury somewhere, then what you can do is first of all to quickly heal that injury
before you can
look.
Come back to
Peter Obi left PDP and went to LP. Why? That's the first thing. That
it's still the same
it's still the same issue. Now, if somebody thought it that look, I no longer can stay under the umbrella, and he left and he went elsewhere, and you're so in the first place, Peter Obi leaving is a key. Reduction in the bite of PDP. Now, not only that Peter Obi left to join another party, some persons that remain in the party clearly said, we will not go with this stand. And you have the likes of Wike, the likes of what's it called, Oyo State Governor, and several other governors. All those people left.
And then
the other one, even that are remaining, that are in the party,
we're not with the party.
They are not with the party. They are in the party, but not with the party.
Is that not anti-party activity?
No. You don't call it. The major, you first of all need to deal with the key anti-party activity. The first anti-party activity, because you see, if you don't raise the first tree that has fallen on the other tree, you can't bring down the whatever. The Wike is one of the most consistent member and leader of PDP. You can't take that away from him. He has never left and come back before. Several other persons have left and come back, and they've been brought back to the fold. The fact that you are carrying the torch of PDP as the presidential candidate, there are a few persons that you can listen to. That okay, yes, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, I'm the presidential candidate, blah blah. But this man you're seeing, this Wike, is a key figure in the South. What's it called? Obi was a key figure also from the South, and all of them are saying one thing in different ways. It is the time of the South if we must follow a gentleman agreement. You see, until that thing is looked at properly and say, look, for the love of the party, for the love of the country.
Which indirectly, I'm sorry to cut you here, is what Bode George is also weighing.
What he's saying. Bode George is saying, you know what, my dear Excellency Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, please wait for 2031. That you're not waiting is what pushed us here. That is why we lost the government. Because
you are not in government. That's why you lost the election.
That's why we lost the election. You understand? And if somebody as high as being board of trustees member and being around for so long is speaking to you, I think it's time that we need to love the party and love the country beyond our individual.
But let's do this before I go on to the next this thing. Okay. Is that not also what they say, that you can tell somebody to go to hell and you expect that you should look forward to it when you're doing diplomacies? Because yes, because
you were the one that saying you're talking about reconciliation.
Exactly.
And I'm saying that reconciliation needs to start from where we started drifting apart. If you don't go back to that point, you can't reconcile anything.
Exactly.
Because the people who want to reconcile are saying you are trying to take my mandate. That's what they are saying.
I'm taking the place of, I mean, we're all looking at how this reconciliation is going to happen, right?
It needs to start from that point. Because that is the point where this person is feeling. Let me tell you one thing that we must know. Mr. Dayo, let me tell you, look, rotation, that gentleman agreement, whether we put it in the constitutions or not, is stronger than party until we see it. If we say it is the time of, no, it's strong, go and write it down, whether you're not getting it. People tend to want to see north or south. How many persons went away against Buhari? You just left him from the north. They didn't bother whether it's from Katsina, the same north, west, or whatever. No, when it comes to, okay, north is really right now, everybody rally behind it.
Once it
once is the so now what they were saying is that, look, for 2027, if we know what's good for PDP, is for Alhaji Abubakar call all the party and say, you know what, okay, if this is actually what I'm sorry if I've actually hurt feelings of many. Okay, let everybody, you will be shocked that even Obi can come back to PDP. Even from the Labour Party, I'm telling you. Because even in the Labour Party, that where he is right now, there's a lot of rumbling between, what's it called, Abure and the Apapa. All of them are also there. So there's an easy camp there. So it's not like he has a house that's all together. All that we're just saying is that once you make the level playing and you are ready for the house to be at peace, I mean, the people must learn to actually do some level of sacrifice.
Now, in finally, I mean, after this, we can move forward, and I'll need to go to the doctor.
Yeah.
Now, will the reconciliation make sense?
Yeah.
If this party that feels aggrieved is brought in, but a party that has been feeling fairly comfy inside now also leaves. Why do I ask that? Now, how election worthy will Atiku be in 2031 in terms of age, in terms of if for example after the 27th thing,
let me tell you something.
The rotation goes back.
Let me tell you, for being out of 210 or so million Nigerians that you have been able to achieve to be the vice president for 8 solid years with such a massive followership. My brother, even if you don't come out at all anymore to be to contest for presidency, you are an elder statesman. So forever you are solid. So
rather than Bode George saying, wait till 2021, which I consider as diplomacy.
2027.
Now,
2031.
No, 2031.
Yes.
Rather than him saying that, why not go straight and hit the nail on the head and say, see, from all indications, your time might just be up, sir.
No. If you say that, then you are playing God. You have only said that. All Bode George is trying to say is that, look, we are saying it with all emphasis. It is the time of the South. Simple. That's what Bode George is talking about. When you come to the South of the time of the North, let the North say that, having said through all the North, we still count Alhaji Atiku to be our candidate. That'll be fine.
Will line up.
That'll be fine. So whether he's now 80 or 90 years at that time, that's not the problem. It won't be the problem of the South. It will be that the North still feel that is healthy enough, strong enough, worthy to be the person to lead them. Even though we know that quite a number of persons are looking for age, coming down. Nobody wants too old people anymore. The Gen Zs, the millennials are just looking for younger people. Right. Which when we get to that one, we're going to check it. But even if he's not the one, it will be a key de facto or key influencer of who will emerge. So I think it's just for us to be gentlemanly and be ready to actually make the peace that we're talking about. Because the cost is too much. You lost an election that natural. You imagine that we just imagine that if Peter Obi, Wike, and all the other 5 governors, all those people who left were in the PDP and Atiku there, and he has allowed just one of the southern person to have been our presidential candidate, it would have been unbeatable. Look at even the stunt that Peter Obi put. Because if it has been the contestation between these southerners, anyone that come out and everybody kill, even if it is Peter Obi that came out and become the arrowhead and the flag bearer, and all of these people pitch behind him with the strength of even Alhaji Atiku Abubakar galvanizing the north and all that, would have, I mean, the PDP would have retained, I mean.
Well, all that is behind now, is history, and we cannot be too sure of anything. But at this point, viewers, please do call in and make your contributions. The number remains 08029938365. Please be a part of this very scintillating show. And I must say thank you to this guest once again, even as we progress. Now, see, like I said a while ago, there's been issue of protests. There have been rising cost of living and all that and all that. And all we hear, because I want to, I'm also, it's about the same question, but I'd like to have your take. Shouldn't the parties by now begin to speak rather than just because see, when the corporate body speaks, one way or the other, it has a way of carrying a lot more weight. And see, it's also easier to galvanize people under the party.
Not speaking is an indication.
That
is an indication that all is not well.
All is not well.
With the followership. It's an indication.
Yes, I agree.
Because when we're talking about...
Let Doctor take this.
All right.
Now, that is the situation. He has talked about it.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, do you think that situation, I mean, as the parties most probably are listening to us right now, and this is a representative of in fact, the leading opposition party, clearly is going to take this home and all that. So, shouldn't the parties be told to rejig? What should the parties be doing to take their rightful place right now?
Mr. Dayo, if you want me to take this issue head-on collision, I will tell you the problem here is that the party structure with their candidates, their manifestos, with their flags, with everything they have, is not about the people. It's about their individuality.
Correct.
It's about their own personal interest.
Correct.
That is why when they lost it all, they go back to sleep until after next 4 years. That is why the ruling party will have some member from the opposition party, pocket some of them that we know that they will actually be at their jugular vein. Understand now? Then settle them, key them behind or silence them. Understand now? As toothless bruiser among from the opposition, then they continue their with
in which case the space is narrowed down now to mainly the ruling party. So the advantage that should accrue to the multi-party system is also still lost in spite of us claiming to operate a multi-party system. Is that not so?
That is not. I don't take it to be the fact. The fact here is that, look, the value we're supposed to enjoy in democracy, we at in this part of the world, we are not taking the privilege, we are not taking the advantage of it, understand now, to enjoy it as what it means by democracy. Democracy will be about the government for the people of the people. But it's all about our individual.
So there's already a problem.
A problem there from the beginning. All this crisis that he's saying about PDP is about individualities. It's about personality clashes, interest. Understand now? One group want to overshadow the other. You understand now? If you are feeling that it's about a simple man agreement, okay, why will Atiku so bend that look? It must be him.
Correct.
I asked one question.
Yeah.
Understand now? After being a vice president for 8 years, if you say, look, it must be for your party, then bring somebody that should be more accepted and more vibrant than you. Then keep behind him, give him all your support with whatever you have as an arsenal to be the excellent candidate, even from the north. If you say it's not from the east. So what are we saying? Look, here let me tell you, from everything. That is why when Mr. President was campaigning, when it comes to, he said, Emi Loko, it is my turn.
Yeah.
And really it is his turn. And it's his turn, and you cannot argue with him. You understand now? Yeah. He knows why he said that. And it has become a slogan during his campaign process. You understand now? And actually it has come to stay. So what we are saying now, look, that he knew quite all right. And let me tell you, during the campaign in Kaduna, El-Rufai said, Malam Nathur El-Rufai said, he said, even if Sadana will be alive, he will send support Tinubu the West, that the power should shift to the West, that the Northern have joined their 8 years as a simple man agreement. You understand now? So let me tell you, if really this is the case, something has happened here. You understand now? That look, the North has enjoyed their 8 years, good, bad, or ugly. Let's case, you understand now? Go back to the drawing board, study it, look at it, where you have failed your people, where your leadership have failed your people, you have failed your primary assignment to consider your party. You understand now? Go back to the drawing board. So now it's for the West. We need to look at it. It's for the South. Let's allow them to rule for the next 8 years as party. You understand now? So if PDP are not doing their opposition, it's because what? The key members of the PDP, the key actors there felt, look, we have lost it to our opponent gladiators. You understand now? We are no more in the system of happening whereby we make our money. We make our interest. That's the truth about it.
Correct.
We control the power, instrument of power as far as the government, federal government is concerned. So now, let me tell you.
So do you then go to sleep, or do you put the party in power on their toes so that, first of all, their deficiencies can be properly captured, and then maybe you can also make your inputs in order to make the government of the day, or to make the people enjoy better life?
As far as party have done her assignment, done and dusted after election. So now what we are seeing is that, look, that individuality in the party is now what is playing. So Atiku have to speak. He's telling you that when Atiku speaks, they tell you it's PDP speaking.
No, but it's not the same.
You understand now? If that's the situation, you understand now? Yeah. Do you see PDP speaking? Have you seen that maybe the chairman of PDP speaking? Regional chairman, North Central, or not PDP, not chairman speaking? We don't have anybody speaking. The party is dead as far as I'm concerned.
Do you accept that?
No, accept that. I know. I'm sorry.
As far as it's concerned, I love it. He put a caveat. As far as it's concerned, that's okay. He has freedom for whatever you want to say. But again, he made I agree to a large extent with what he has done, what he has said. 95% of what he has said is spot on. You see, until we are able to love our country beyond ourselves. Look at what Nelson Mandela did. After ruling,
let me support you.
Yeah.
Nelson Mandela said in his book Tall Walk to Freedom.
Correct.
He said, on my way out of the prison, when I look back, I know quite all that if I didn't forgive what have passed in the 27 years,
yes,
I will still
remain in the prison.
Even though out.
Yes, even though out, I'll still be changed.
Yes.
So for me, in fact, the best thing, they came to him and said, you know what, go for the second time. He said, no, I've done one, and there are so many persons out there that can do it. You see, when you kept saying is what Olabode George, our very respected BOT chairman, a BOT member, said that Atiku wait for 2031. Whether he's saying that don't run again, or whether he's just saying be an estate. No, I'm telling you, whatever that means. But what he's saying is that assuage the pains of these guys. That's what he's saying. Look, the people, so many of them, Peter Obi of this world, Wike of that, whatever, Makinde of that, and so many of them.
Finally, we have,
so he's saying,
okay, yeah.
Please, I'm sorry. We need to
take the call, yeah.
Hello? Oops.
Oh, the person waited for too long. Yeah,
it's lost.
All right. So he said, listen to their cries, and bring them on a table, so that they can come back. And you see, our election is our parties are so fluid that you'll be shocked. I just told you something now.
They're so fluid because there are really no ideological.
No. We will get to that point. First of all, we need to just look at that. Look, people. I love what he's saying. It's supposed to be the country interest first.
Before I diverted your attention, you were going to say that the parties are so fluid that.
Yeah. So I was saying that people can move. I mean, there can be a lot of movement within the party.
Right.
Now, you can give several reasons for that. But for me, there is a pros and cons to that. There is a good side and the beauty to that. So all I'm just saying is that sincerely, His Excellency Atiku Abubakar needs to call the aggrieved part people.
Let's quickly do this.
Yeah, all right.
Hello, good afternoon. Hello? Wow. I guess there's a network problem, really, because normally
So you put it on speaker? You put it on speaker?
Yes, it's on. Yeah.
Okay. So for me, really, I think what PDP should be doing right now is that the key gladiators need to really call themselves together, and I will challenge Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, being the bigger boy in the house, to call the Wikis, to call all other aggrieved persons and say, yes, sorry guys. Even Peter Obi. Peter Obi was his running mate for the upper election, and so you call all of these guys together and say, I'm sorry guys, if this is still the way you feel, for the love of the party, for the love of the country that you say you so love and all of that, let's come together, let's have one house. That is what should be done. When you do that, you now see the energy, because there are so many persons who accept or are in support of what some of these guys are saying. Yeah. But they can't just say it. They can't come. They just say, hey, that's what PK is saying is correct, because they feel like it's our own turn. It's the time of the South. If Alhaji Atiku Abubakar will not be able to sacrifice that as a former vice president. We had the issue of Alex Ekweme. It was only a former vice president. He never contested for the whatever. He just calmed down, because he knows that being a former vice president of this massive country, come on, man, what else? Out of 220 million, some people will not even in their lifetime become governor. I mean, talk less of, you understand what I'm trying to say? So, yeah. I'm just saying that there must be a lot of more give and takes. There must be a lot of whatever to want to sacrifice, so that you can truly be an elder statesman when all is said and done. Don't be, in fact, I tell people that leave when the ovation is loudest. Don't let, if he comes again and he loses, he could lose all the respect that people have for him. Because right now people say, it's still a major force to reckon with another. When you are that major force, that's when you say, okay, guys, yes, I've played my part, I've done my whatever. Man, get someone else. Because for several times, both in PDP and APC, he has actually carried their. Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Yeah. What's your name and where are you calling from, please?
My name is Mr. Nu. I'm calling from Kaduna.
Please, let's have your contribution.
Yes, I totally commend you for the effort you are putting through.
Thank you.
I totally agree with Abdulahi there in the studio.
Right.
That, the PDP as a party is not only doing its playing its part well as an opposition.
Right.
To put government in power on their toes.
Right.
To be honest with you. The masses of this country have protested and voicing out their demands in terms of the hardship people are going through in the country. But we have not really had any statement from the PDP, put the government on its toes, in making sure that the government, look into the address the issues that the masses of this country are talking about. So I totally agree with your commentator there in the studio. The PDP, as a party, needs to sit down and
correct.
Yeah.
Play its role as a viable opposition, to put the government on its toes. So I think that's what the PDP as a party needs to do.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Nu.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
I appreciate your contribution there in the studio.
Thank you. Thank you.
Regards to everyone.
Right, they can hear. Now, so, he has, re-echoed some of the points that have been made. Yeah. But you have also responded very well, saying, like, in summation, that he has divided against itself, cannot stand. Yeah.
Cannot stand.
I think that's the
we
real
can't have
challenge.
any opposition, any formidable opposition, the way we are. No. And I also challenge even Labour Party. The tussle between Apapa and Abure. Sort it out. If you realize that this is what your constitution says, go with it. You mustn't be the chairman for life. Just look at this is what our constitution says. Okay, you guys should box yourself into one room. You saw where the governor will be firing the chairman, presidential, all of them firing. You can't make any opposition. You have to put yourself back in there and say, what is the way out? There must be the spirit of give and take. That's when they come out together, that's when they can have a formidable opposition. Without unity, there can't be progress. So I see those two, because if those two parties don't do the needful, they can't really they can't challenge. And you know what? All of those losses are to the gain of the ruling party.
Exactly the point.
All of the
exactly the point. To the gain of the ruling party, not just to the gain of the ruling party, and to the huge loss of the people of this country.
Correct.
Apart from any other the political
to the huge loss of the masses.
Loss of the masses.
Correct.
Which is the reason why I would ask you now.
Yeah.
Are the pains of the masses, national interest, not big enough to galvanize these parties and say, look, you know, there are all kinds of problems, even in individual lives. There are all kinds of issues, even in marriages, in homes. And yet, you find out that a lot of times, there are issues in the home, but everybody comes out, when somebody comes in, everybody is smiling.
Correct.
Somebody who was crying, powders her face, and comes to the living room and looks good for the camera, or for the person, for the visitor. And so, because there's a bigger thing involved.
Correct.
You don't want the home to fully go down, even though there are struggles with it. So I'm saying, at this point, shouldn't the parties prioritize national interest? Because what it is that the effect of what we have right now is that we have a single party government.
Correct.
A single party democracy.
Correct.
Whatever they do now, they will do without any.
They go scot-free.
Exactly. So I'm saying, the parties need to elevate the national interest above their differences. I can't call them petty differences. They're serious matters in some cases. But at the same time, they should elevate. I think that they should elevate their the national interest above those issues.
You are totally correct. I'll tell you that in PDP, no more than 10 persons need to come together, and all of these issues will be solved. But all of that galvanized between all around Atiku Abubakar and Wike and his team.
I must be honest. I like your forthrightness.
No, that's the
person would have
tried to cover the inside. No, covering the inside will not heal us now. If I have a wound, and I'm not telling you that there is wound here, you are saying, why am I not fighting? I say, no, I have a problem with my leg. So understand. So the issue there, because I just pray. I told you what we did with McAfee and Senator Alimodi Sheriff. When we have that challenge,
such thing right now.
When you meet this person, he's saying this one doesn't want to see him, that one doesn't want to see that. They don't want to see each other. That's why we're talking here now to say, you know what? Look, guys, can the gladiators? They're no more than 10.
Because we've not had too many persons here. Hello. Hello. Yeah, good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon, sir.
Yeah, please tell us your name and where you're calling from and make your contribution.
My name is Mr. Oladipupo. I'm calling from Lagos.
Please go ahead and let's have your take.
I am totally agree that presently there is no opposition party in the country presently. But what I want to say is that Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is the main problem for People's Democratic Party.
Correct.
So if Atiku can back out from that party and let them reform the party, so that Nigeria we don't run a single party system.
Correct.
We need the opposition party. We need the opposition. If you see the last election, PDP club won the election without stress.
Yeah.
It's because of Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. As Alhaji Atiku Abubakar is running the party as his own property.
Correct.
Which is not done anywhere.
Yeah.
If Alhaji Atiku Abubakar can back out from the party and let them reform the party so that there will be the opposition party in the country.
Correct.
I'll need to hear you correctly. Okay, it's gone.
Yeah.
Is it to back out from the party or to back out from the race?
Back out from the race. He doesn't have to back out. We need him in the party. No, we need him. He is speaking the way he could express it. But we don't need Alhaji Abubakar backing out of the party. No, he's got a lot of strength. He's got a lot of clout. He's got a lot of energy. Fantastic man. But we are saying, you know what? Quit the stage. Stay behind and galvanize leadership. I'm telling you, he has what it takes. But that he must be the actor is the challenge.
Let's take this.
Yep.
Hello? Oh, no.
Sorry.
We lost him. Or her, whoever it is.
Yeah. Now, I think another person. Okay.
No, not yet. Now, so very shortly we'll be we'll be on the home run, and then I do hope that we'll get one or two calls in before that happens.
Okay.
And we'll be fine.
Okay.
But so you are saying that the NPPBG,
National PDP Professionals and Business Group, we've been the most active when it comes to helping to be able. We call ourselves, the conscience, of the party. What we're trying to do is that, because if you see PDP professionals, we're trying to we call to this. We don't legislate. We can't legislate it. We can only give you reasons to see what we're talking about.
Let's see if we can get this. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, what's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Abbas. I'm calling from Lokoja here.
Yeah, go ahead, please.
All right, I was just watching the program right now.
Okay.
I heard somebody, the previous caller, who said the issue is just to repeat or whatever. That is Atiku Abubakar.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
My opinion over here is that Atiku Abubakar, we know that he's also a political party or a member. But here is the problem. Those people holding these positions, our politicians, are the major causes of this problem we're encountering in Nigeria. If they have a simple-minded or a good heart, at least I believe that things will change. Atiku Abubakar has been on that seat even before any other politicians run onto those parties. I don't have much to say, but Atiku Abubakar was not one among the major problems we have in Nigeria. It is those people ruling that seat. They have children. We, the masses, were suffering, and they are still alive. They can't do any other thing. All whatever they have in their mind, just to embezzle the country money.
Well, thank you for thank you for that. Because we're really the matter is narrowed down to what is opposition doing. I mean, we clearly, most people believe that the government can do a lot better, but that's not what we're talking about.
Look at the statement. Look at the statement of Dino Melai. He's a diehard. When he said PDP dead, for such guy who was actually a major voice.
Sorry, let me come in here. You see, when you mention
this, because you see, this is supposed to be a very highly interactive. I don't know what happened to the network. Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah. Go ahead, please. What's your name?
My name is Mohammed.
You're calling from?
I'm calling from Niger State.
Yes, please go ahead. Let's hear you.
My contribution is that Atiku is not the problem of the party.
Okay.
We are the problem of the party.
Who are the we?
Even the non-elected, we the masses.
Okay.
The masses, because even the non-select Atiku as a president. Other districts like governor or rep or member, also those things are there. But immediately you go to vote, they say common party. If you know this is your father, you know he's the civil servant. They will do this, they will do that. So Atiku is not the problem of the party. We are the problem of the party.
Of the party or of the country?
The country. Yes, the country. Thank you for correction.
Yeah.
That's my this thing that I have.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. So he's saying the people themselves are part of the problem. Now, I guess we will take you now, and in addition to whatever it is that you want to make, because you tried to intervene just now, you also give us your closing remarks, apart from whatever you wanted to.
You see, what I want to say
about Dino
Melai.
Yeah.
You see, there are guys in the PDP that they are overstayed their welcome in the party. After 25 years of a party, at your age with 25 years, what do you still want in the PDP? Allow new generation guys to come up. By now, you have mentored some guys to be there.
Correct.
Must you be Atiku? Must it be Dino Melai? Must it be Fani Kayode? Must it be all those names? You understand now? This is what I'm telling you. You understand now? Give room for what? New generation to take place. Let's, one of the 48 lot of power, allow
leave when
no, not the Asian one. The Asian, I understand is that look, I allow people to do the job, and you take the credit.
take the credit.
You understand now?
No.
Put new generational guys. Let them be in the front. But you are the one fixing them, doing the job, telling them what to do and what not to do. You are guiding them. They know if they come back home, right, Kennedy, you are the father. By now, Atiku should stop seeing himself, look, I'm one of the G13 that formed the PDP.
Right.
It is my birthright to control. Allow it within the flexibility of the party.
Hello, Doctor.
Hello.
Yeah, let's have your contribution
Hello.
quickly after you tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Omoogun. I'm calling from Gombe.
Gombe State, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Let's have your
My
contribution.
contribution here is
Can you make yourself a little bit more audible?
problem of PDP definitely is Atiku Abubakar.
We can't hear. I mean, can you make yourself a little bit louder?
I think the major problem today is Atiku Abubakar.
All right.
Hello.
Yeah, go ahead. We heard that.
I think we have today, or the party PDP have today is Atiku Abubakar.
All right, go on.
You know, Atiku Abubakar had never been the party constant there. The last time people left, and all this was PDP.
Oh my.
Know that everything is an lie. The TV can never exist because we can never tell they have been PDP. Atiku, and he must be the one all the time. The problem is they couldn't make a last election because they feel as if without him nobody can be with.
Mm.
But the PDP is having an autonomous people they are thinking it must be PDP can never survive.
Right. Thank you.
That is true.
Thank you.
Wike is a man. Without Wike, PDP would have gone for history. When he kept PDP all this one for many years, that is what order. Now you came back and think PDP can never survive. That's why the vote is going on.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Make sure PS lead the party and thank you. Bye for now.
Bye bye. Thank you so much. Please.
You see, let me as I was
You strengthened some of the points that you had already
Correct.
talked about.
as I was saying, the issue here is that look, by now, Atiku says, look, I'm okay, I'm done with the issue of PDP. Just like you said, he should be a national leader.
Correct.
Understand now? Who should be here, who should be there? I have seen you to be worthy of this position.
Correct.
Go and be there.
Correct.
So southeast, you understand now? Bring your candidate. Out of this, I expect you to give this person. This is my reason. But if you say this is what you want, I have no issue about it. You maintain the engine room.
Yeah.
You stabilize the whole thing, the whole
Correct.
the party.
Correct.
Then now you will be the stakeholder that holds the party together.
Correct.
So at the expense of this, you understand now, you have thrown in the towel and the baby, everything with the bathing water away. Now what do we have? You still want to come back and say, look, you are still in charge. No, PDP, to me as far as I'm concerned, PDP is still no more. Because 75% of the people that constitute APC today, they are from PDP.
Correct.
Well,
That is number one. Finally, you understand now?
Yeah.
If you are still telling me PDP still exists as what I used to know PDP before, you understand now? Then let me tell you, the genius or the gene that make PDP to exist then as party is no longer there.
well,
All right.
And let me tell you, in 2027, we should expect another party, an manifestation of another party, a strong opposition, just like PDP gave birth to APC. Another party is surely coming up by 2027. APC is going to give a birth to another a party. If we are not very careful. Let me be sincere with you. Understand
Right,
now?
so
By 2027, we are going to see the rebirth of of a new strong opposition party.
Yeah, there
from
are
APC
already
coming together, from
there are already
PDP,
people
AP
gathering
coming
together
together.
and
So
talking.
now
That's a
it is
possibility.
going to be a different arena, a ball game. You understand? A different arena. So
Let's
finally,
have your
it's just like what is happening in Super Eagles. It's what is happening today in Nigerian politics.
We need to
Okay.
go, Doctor.
Thank you very much. Basically,
Yeah.
for me,
Yeah.
in the spirit, when we say that let there be opposition, let's hear them and all of that, I just want to say that for the love of my dear country, Nigeria, the gladiators really need to sheath their sword. They really need to, leave all of the fight and be able to actually, take on the spirit of give and take. And I tell you, they are the major gladiators are no more than 10 that are actually holding PDP and by extension the country in the jugular. They are holding them down. So let these people being led, and I want this particular move to be led by Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. If he says that, you know what, it's time for true reconciliation and I will play a backseat. Those are just the things. I want to reconcile you guys, and I have decided to get out of the stage and play the bass.
Without personal interest.
Yes, I mean, and play the bass.
Yes.
Because the moment you say, I am still there,
yeah,
there are some persons that already will not come.
And I think as you close,
yes,
maybe you have some other things for some 5-10 seconds, but as you close, I think I asked this before. Is there not that same possibility that when he says, well, I'm no longer part of the race, that his own followers also will feel bad?
No, they will not. There's a way there's a way you can say, you know what, for the love of the party, all of my followers, whoever emerge as the flag bearer, all of you guys, I want you to keep behind him. That is leadership. Once you're living grudgingly, that's when your followers will leave. But when you're living like an elder statesman, like a leader, who you should be, who you are, from any area from the political angle, there's no way you can actually call the leaders in the politics of Nigeria today and you not mention Atiku Abubakar. So he needs to really be able to, you need to put that sacrifice on the table to say, I will reconcile. If that's the last thing he does before he retires, I will reconcile PDP and make it even stronger than I met it.
We'll leave it there. Thank you very much for being on that other side. And thank you everyone who called in to make contributions. It's been a wild time in the studio here, and I'm sure that you've had a great time and you've got had a lot of enlightenment why the parties are sort of disempowered, disenabled, if you like, and to do, or disabled to do what they ought to do as opposition parties. But we do hope that in the days ahead, they'll pick up the pieces together and get going. I can't thank enough my guest this afternoon, Dr. Suleiman Abdulahi. Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure once more time.
And Mr. Moses Kola Bisheson, PDP Chieftain. I hope that you go back and tell your party to get up and dust off themselves. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you.
And we do hope that more regularly we'll have both of you in the house. And I hope that you oblige us when we call.
No problems.
Thank you very much.
Anytime,
And production team, thank you very much. Producer, executive producer, thank you. And this will be the size of the show for today. Join us again next week from Monday.